be in. Today is hump day. I hope you're humping. Um, Yesterday, we celebrated my mom's Mother's Day, okay, because my papa had to work over the weekend. So we celebrated yesterday at Red Lobster Family Outing. I hope you had a lovely Mother's Day, okay? And I normally get on here and I talk about what's going on sometimes just besides reading the books. Um, I'll be getting back to the 4-hour work week um, tomorrow, but I was working on an order and the order got canceled last minute this morning. So I'm just going to read you what I typed up. Now, the young lady does not have a Google site, okay, which is normally where you would leave a review if there's some type of issue that you are having with the business, and I rank high in reviews on Google. Well, since it doesn't have one, um, I went ahead and I wrote up everything that happened and I sent it to PIS Consumer. I created and then I also posted it on my Etsy page. In case she decides she wants to pay it, she may or may not, but that's okay. I've done my job to society to let them know what they're getting into. And then I also posted it on my Instagram and my Twitter, but not my Snapchat or my Facebook yet. But that's next. Okay, so review of my experience with Zem Consulting. The young lady also works for Prime America. This is the most I've gone through a lot of experiences. So I'll just share this experience with you. Okay. And I won't keep you too long because my chariot is on the way. I generally do not take on private clients for social media marketing or graphic design projects unless they come recommended by a trusted associate or colleague due to my demanding schedule. That makes me exclusive. However, um, Zorayada, I hope I said it right, Zorayada of Prime America and Zem Consulting came highly recommended by a friend. I was informed that she needed brochures, so I immediately called her to confirm her specifications and schedule our first consultation. During this call, I informed her of the $50 deposit of my time, which would be applied towards the final design cost. $50 is not like a plumber or if you lock your key out your house, a deposit, because people will waste your time all day if you let them. Which would be applied towards the final design cost. I also mentioned that our meeting would take 60 to 90 minutes to review options based on her eclectic taste. After our call, I sent her a professional text message with these details. In a group text that included the liaison who referred her, in the text I requested a copy of her business card with the logo if available. If not available, the following details: business name, title, website, business phone number, and email. This was to ensure I could prepare adequately for our initial consultation. However, I did not receive a response or of the requested detail. On the day of our appointment, May 10th, I arrived early. That's the day I posted me in the black dress in the lobby. I had already been upstairs to greet her. I was changing out shoes before I left, before I got a text message from the liaison. After preparing myself, I called her twice while on her floor but received no answer. I waited for about 20 minutes thinking she might be in a meeting. Eventually, the liaison informed me of her office location at 10:40 a.m. Despite my initial hesitation about working with someone who had not responded, I decided to proceed and meet with her. I showed her brochure samples, obtained her business card, and I gathered her preferences for the design. She then mentioned needing a basic flyer for her wall mount instead of brochures. I provided her with a range of cost and reminded her of our 60 to 90-minute meeting time frame. She had indicated she didn't want to spend that much time and expressed a preference for a brief session. Then we discussed the $50 consultation fee, which she initially wanted to pay at our next meeting, which would have been today. I informed her it needed to be paid the same day, and she requested an invoice for tax purposes, which I promptly, right then while in the office, sent. She paid the fee. I am so thankful for that. And we scheduled our next meeting for May 15th at 10:30 a.m., which is today. She later emailed me suggesting we use other methods to communicate for the design outside of the office, which I explained the designs are only shared once paid for. She also mentioned not needing marketing service, which we never discussed marketing services. That is a whole different ballgame and level. I sent a follow-up email for clarification, but received no response to clarify what she was referring to, since we had never discussed marketing, only designs. Never received a response. She later informed me that she thought the group chat with 3 people, this is in the first meeting, the group chat with 3 people in it, she thought it was spam. Although I included the referral, herself, and me, which caused some initial confusion for some reason to her. I sent her a Mother's Day greeting with an original design, but again, no response. On May 15th, despite my ride had some issues that caused a slight delay, I texted her and I let her know I'd be 3 minutes late, because I'm very, when it comes to time, being ahead of time, in time, on time, I try to be every time. I had enough time to call an Uber and still only get there 3 minutes late. That's how on time, early. Normally, I like to prep in the bathroom before I even see you. She immediately replied, stating she no longer needed my services. This clear and concise message would have been helpful earlier, before I worked on 6 design options. Actually, I went back and counted. It was 7 design options in English and Spanish, dressed up and rearranged my schedule for her. If this is the type of communication and treatment you find acceptable, then this is the perfect place for you. And I gave where the office was located. I think that speaks for itself. I had some remarks that I left on pissconsumer.com when it asked me about recommendations, pros, and cons. But I hope that your week has been going much better than mine has. Now, with this having happened, I am weighing some options in regards to creativity. Now, I did go ahead and start with the 25,000 client. I raised it up a bit because I remember when I went to the Wealthy Goddess meeting, she had a fashion show, Valerie did, but she didn't have, Valerie and Harmony, but she didn't have live music. And as a musician and poet, I love to have live entertainment outside of a fashion show. So that would raise it up some. So I'm starting at 33,000 plus. So I do have links together on my Etsy page, Delcia's Secret Arts, Delcia's Secrets Art.com. And then I've already looked up other places to post luxurious ones as well as complimentary I have been told to use the word complimentary because it's not free, it's a compliment. Um, Sites to post on as well. So I've done the investigation for all those. If you are interested in such links, I will be posting them later on my vocal.media. Since I've already looked them up, done the research, and started already with my subject and my subtitle line to get things prepped for when I put it on there in case anybody wants to read up on it. All right, hon. Well, I thank y'all for tuning in. Chariot should be here soon, so I'm going to skedaddle. And then I will be back tomorrow, full-fledged in the Libby, handling business and making sure to put some time away from my love tubers, of course. Thank you for tuning in, darlings. Have a wonderful rest of your evening.